Hi all, this is your girl Natasha, and I'm serving refreshments tonight. My tea kettle has brewed over. So, along with my tea, I'm serving Lorna Doone, croissants, Milano cookies, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and peppermint flavor for the holidays, candy cane, an assortment of cold cuts, an assortment of cheeses, and if you have a sweet tooth, Russell Stover's, regular, and sugar-free for Jay Wilson. Well, tonight I just experienced the gentleman's panel. And, of course, there was a new cast, a few new cast. And I was looking quite forward to it. So I stayed in the bushes. I didn't comment or anything. I stayed in the bushes because I wanted to really be fair and get a good, and get a good, what do you call it? And get a be honest with the opinion of the view and the members and the new members. And I wanted to see how the show would be with the new cast. Well, I found it very interesting. It was great. I enjoyed it. The topics were interesting, and one particularly stood out to me about the Miss Universe. Now, let me say, I have always watched those pageants since I was a little teenage trans girl. And my mom used to know I loved those pageants. She knew she had a little daughter. But anyway, I love the way they talked about the diversity of the women who are reigning this year. It's like all five: Miss Teen USA, Miss America, Miss USA. They're all black. And I thought that was wonderful. They're all black women, and they are dark skinned. And I thought that was really interesting because, in our society or in our race, we tend to think the lighter, the better, which I don't agree with. Dark-skinned women are just as beautiful. And Miss Universe, she brought it through from Africa. I was rooting for her when I was watching the pageant. And they talked about she had her natural hair. And that was, that was a plus. That was a good sign that she accepted herself. Like, some women have a problem. They want the hair or whatever. They want the hair. They want it straight, or like society says, what's good hair. And I thought that was very interesting, that Miss Universe used her own hair. I noticed that the night of the pageant, and I thought that was interesting. But of course, women like to have a different hairstyle, so I'm not knocking any women who wear weaves and wigs and things of that nature. Of course not. Do what you like. But it was just refreshing to see that she accepted herself and that she was a beautiful woman, and that America, society for the most part, or little part, accepted her for being dark-skinned woman and being intelligent and thought her worthy of reigning Miss Universe. I found that very, very, very impressive. Now we'll move on to when they were talking about catfishing. Shout out Wally. Now the catfishing was funny, and El Teddy was throwing shade at Jay, and Jay and El Teddy were throwing shade back and forth. I thought that was funny. And when they were talking about weight, and El Teddy was throwing shade back at Jay, and Jay was throwing shade back at him, I thought it was cute. And I was surprised to see QB back. I didn't see that coming. You guys on that panel really surprised us. But then again, I'm not surprised. You know us LGBT communities. We have many tricks under our sleeve. But the show was nice, captivating, Christian. He's very soothing to the eyes. Now don't go getting that impression that I'm lusting, but he's smoothing to the eye. Jaded Nerd I wasn't familiar with, but from so far what I've seen, I think he's a good fit. So I think overall Jay Wilson did a great job with picking new panelists. And I was surprised to see QB. But it was great to see QB. I like QB. Now I do have to say, and pardon this nails, James Corwell, a.k.a. Spill It Boy, Milan Treasurer, I'm getting these nails done this weekend. I don't know why I just have this thing with what James said. But anyway, where was I? But anyway, Jaded Nerd, I don't know too much about, but I will be getting to know him during the weeks to come. And like I said, captivating Christian, soothing on the eyes. QB, that was a surprise, but I'm glad that he was there. El Teddy was his regular Capricorn self. And then when they were talking about the size of a man, when El Teddy spoke first, I just knew it. Us Capricorns. El Teddy's a Capricorn, like I am. And of course you know how we are about size. And I'm not going to say any more. I'm a lady. But overall, the conversations and the topics were quite interesting. And I enjoyed it. Like I said, I watched from the bushes because I wanted to be fair. I figured writing comments and stuff would distract me from what I was looking for, to see if this new panel or the few people that are on the panel would impress me. And it did impress me, and it didn't disappoint. And I'm not saying that because it's Jay Wilson. That's why I did not comment at all, because I wanted to really be fair with my commentary on it. It was funny about the jokes El Teddy made about Simply Trey, and it was funny. And a couple of other YouTubers they mentioned. Now, when they did the One's Gotta Go, I'm not too familiar with Deanna Irving, so I didn't really get into that one because I'm not really familiar with her. And of course they threw shade at Tracy, and There was a couple of other YouTubers that they threw shade at. And with the One's Gotta Go, and they picked Blazing and Rico. So I thought that that was fair because I think it is going to be some things brewing up in that street, honey, that's going to be quite interesting. But overall, the gentleman's panel, Jay Wilson, you did a good job of choosing. Jaded Nerd seems to be down to earth and captivating Christian. Rebel Son, of course, I like Rebel Son. He's reserved and funny when he has to be. And those jokes with El Teddy and Jay were just epic. And I was very curious to see, had Jay ever been catfished? I'm surprised, Jay Wilson. But anyway, I guess that's all I really have to say about the panel. I like the new panel, the new guys that have joined the panel. It's certainly not all, but just new panelists. I enjoy the new panelists. I definitely enjoyed the topics that they were talking about. And they mentioned the LGBT community, and I enjoyed that. As always, I like to hear the opinion of gay men and how they feel towards transgendered women also. So, I must say, all in all, I enjoyed the show. It was a nice first show. I really was impressed. But once again, I did miss James Caldwell, a.k.a. Spill It Boy, and Milan Treasure. I did miss him. For me, his presence was missed. But besides that, the show was great, and I liked all the guys on there. Like I said, I have to get familiar with Captivating Christian and Jaded Nerd. But from what I saw, they were great, and I enjoyed it. So, I guess for now, that's all I really have to say. And they were talking about body image. And my opinion is, you just have to be satisfied in the skin you're in. If you have a problem with your weight, then you lose weight. My weight tends to go up and down. So, if I don't like something, I just lose weight. But I'm satisfied. These nails are irking me. But with my weight, if I want to lose weight, I lose weight. My weight goes up and down. It's really not a big issue for me because it's what's inside that counts. You have to love yourself. And that's what really matters. And what others think should not matter. And that's the problem that we all have. It's because we worry about what people think, what they're going to say. Okay, am I beautiful enough? Do I look good? That's where that jack and catfishing comes in, where you feel that you're not good enough to go after the person that you want. And then it all blows up in your face when you should have been honest from the beginning. And if they don't like what they see, next. There's always somebody for somebody. There's always somebody for somebody. So you can save yourself a lot of heartache. You can save yourself bruising to your ego by lying and pretending you're somebody you're not, because in the end it's all going to come out. And then you're really going to be left hurt and a bruise to your ego. So you have to love yourself. So that's all I really have to say about the gentleman panel. And congratulations, you guys. You all had like 1,000 in the chat. So that means you all are doing great. Everyone was curious to see who the new panelists were. And I think they really enjoyed it because you held the audience attention. And shout out to the 1,000 once again in the chat. And I may be doing a report on the gentleman's channel often. But anyway, love you guys. And that's my opinion on the gentleman's panel tonight with the two new guests, the two new hosts or panelists. I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm hungry. Hope you didn't hear my stomach growling. Anyway, you guys, I love you all. Until my tea kettle brew is over again, I shall be back. Love you guys. Mwah.